Off across. Work back. Man, this recent heat's really kicked the alligator weed off. There's some good ribbon weed there too, but the alligator weed's got thick. It's the heat and the nutrients coming out of the treatment works. So there could be some really good fishing around here. Alright, that's a good looking colour. Could be some bass down here. I might work this area for a while. I'll start with the spinners and then go through into plugs and reaction bites. Does look good though. A lot of mid-water timber here. I'm hoping that in these deeper holes there'll be sort of half decent fish schooled up together, sitting deep on those snags. There's one on one snag, they'll be on them all, so we'll do 3 or 4 of them. I'll give it, I don't know, I'll work about 200 yards of this hole and then I'll switch. Get out of the tree, get up. That's the first one. Mid-water snags. Now it was quite a strange thing because I actually seen a few bass walking down the shallows and they just weren't interested. You could tell. Mostly small. I've just started here, just there. About 4 casts for this fish. Don't spite me. He's fat. He's healthy. He's got a few sores on him. And he's silver, so he's come into the system. I put him over here in case he's got mates on that snag. She didn't muck around though, so we found him. I sort of was getting distracted by the carp, watching them bashing around, and I thought I'll leave them alone, come down to the deeper water and just see if we've got bass holding here and see the mid-water snags. They're right down here and that's what I got him off. So we'll set camp here and we'll work up and down here for a while. But that was quite a short cast too, like it was a mid-water bite. Just go across it again. Probably try and trick him. Like I'd say there'd be several. The way he hit it about there. This rope don't help. I've got one on the Beetle spin. Let's double it up. Let's put 2 on for the next one. Oi! Looks like we're on twosies now. Just going to hump them right over the top of these snags and then drop. And then move on. There you go. Looking good, looking good. You've lost a bit of weight. Phew, smells. Gotta be a big old bass in that. Trouble with these hard banks, I think that's why I'm fishing the rope today, because you gotta basically rattle those trees to get them to activate. Don't get anything until I shake that tree. Go again. Sort of hoping they're on those mid snags so I don't have to work them up. thought, oh, I don't want to waste battery life, so I've cast in, turned the camera off, and on that drop of this beetle spin, I got slammed. I missed him. Why do I do that? I just didn't want to muck around with too much battery life, but that's another fish, so we found them. 2 fish up now. I'm still, doesn't matter how many fish you catch, you hate dropping them, don't you? Just hate it. Ooh, hear that? That's an angry animal. So it could be a bass. I think I got the right lure on. I mean, the second fish was twice the size of that first one, so hard to take it off. Number 2, straight across that mid-water snag. He's just bang onto it. Look at this. Another little one. But we are in a bit of a little thunderstorm. I'll put you up a bit further. He's only another little one, but he's skin silver and fat. All over that snag. I'm still upset about the big one I dropped. But alright, we've got number 2, so we'll put another beetle spin on when I find a spot to let this guy go. Don't tell your buddies, okay? Once again, it was a mid-water snag, an instant, so it's hard work doing the hard banks, trying to trigger them. Ooh, that mid-water snags, they're just on them. I'll just have one more cast with the 2sies and then I'll go to 3sies. Just see how thick the school is. I hope it's not just about here. He was on it when I hit it. So not beyond doubt they're on those snags. Let's go to 3sies. See if we can get one on this. Dude, I love the way mid-water snags, the way they smack them off these snags, it's the best feeling. I'm sure there's schools, but once you pin one you seem to shut them down. I think what we'll have to do is, if we get 2 or 3 more, we'll have to do a switch and come back up here with a plug or something, try and get a few more out. See if they are schooled up. There's a nice snag. One of my favourites, just lift it up over the top, let him drop. I'm feeling there'll be one here. All the others like this, anything that's got several sort of wings to it. Just find what bit they're holding on. Not getting low enough yet. It's hard for me to slow down enough with beetle spin sometimes. This stuff I like because I can hump it, like really rip it over that snag and then let it drop and slow down. Yep, like that. And that's how you catch them. That's number 3 on triples. Now it's a good example of mid-water snag, you know, you can see the snag there. You see I just humped it across and then let it roll over the snag. And there you have it. And up he comes. No, not a big one again, but he's got a bit of weight in him. It's alright. And that's my 3 3sies. Come here, buddy. Okay. There's my daisy chain of beetle spins, and we'll explain in a minute what a beetle spin is. Whee! Come, no, don't hurt yourself, mate. Come here. Sorry, buddy. Okay, another silvery bass. But that was a classic example. You've seen the snag, the mid-water snag. And as I was just saying, I don't have patience to slow roll all the time, so I rip lures over to the structure and then drop them in. And that's how we got this guy. All right, mate. See you later. And now we're on pawsies. Now that is a beetle spin there, just the single one. That's what we call a beetle spin. That little guy there, and we tie to that ring. And what I've done, I've got 4 of them on. So we'll see if we can get another bass. We've got, I should be on my 4th now, but I actually dropped the best fish of the day. So I'm going to continue to tell you guys that because it still hurts. All right, now we're going to hump him up, just like we did the other one. See if there's any more home. That exact same spot. Drop him. Yeah, I definitely want to go back and get that other fish, but I got one more beetle spin, so if I can get 2 more fish on this, I can get 4sies and 5sies. It's just a little stick sticking out. That's an indication that there's a snag there. Yeah, oh. 2 little nudges. See that again. Oh no. Oh, maybe we will lose them. Come on, break off. Gone. End of my 4 beetle spins. Oh, let's walk back and do plug run. Still, it was fun. I reckon we'll get more. It's a heavy. I used a heavy duty hook. I should have used a fine, but then I didn't want to lose a big fish. So catch 22, isn't it? Single beetle spin, so I don't lose another lure. Oh, I'll readjust my cast now. Back to casting rope with a little lure. There we go. That's it. I really rattled that tree. Strange, because that was the best fish of the day in there. Thought he'd have more than one go. Cross all these again. Start humping him up over. There's a snag. While I keep it swimming, the hook stays upright so you don't get snagged. Stay on that drop. Look how I lost my last one. Didn't get one on this snag, I don't think. Can't remember. There's one. Missed him. So they're on that. That's the first, like, just bump and miss I've had. Every other fish, even the one I dropped, committed. It was just more of a lash. Not having another go. Definitely was a bass though. Monster on this one. Ooh. Oh geez, it's not that big, but wow. Oh, that thing slammed me. I didn't have the camera on. It hit that hard. It was just run and drag. I mean, I got a 4,000 Stratic here. It's like, it is a pretty good fish. Whoa, it hit like a freight train. Now, I'll give you an idea how big he is. There's the rod there. He's close to 40. Wow. Now that's why we all carry beetle spins. All good. Oh, I'm not calling myself a good bass fisherman, but all good bass fishing around this district carry these little guys. He's even popped it. That was one of the most almighty fights I've had. That thing absolutely crunched it. Wow. That's made my day. Wow. I thought he was so much bigger than that. You see the little parasites in his tail. He come out. Look, he's bent the beetle spin now. Look at that, he shattered it. He's just straightened it all out. Wow, what a beast. Now, basically what I did to get that fish was, there was a big long shot over there. I ripped about 3 or 4 times, and then I had one real slow roll all the way back to the bank, and he got me just under that tree there. What a cracking fish though, eh? That has made my day. That's why you go bass fishing. That's why I bass fish all these years. See you, buddy. I dropped one that size earlier, but that thing just demoralised me. I've gone to one. I've got one beetle spin left. That thing's too twisted to use it. Oh, look at that. He's not happy. One beetle spin's left. Let's put that on, see if we get one more like that. Okay, actually the camera's looking at it. What the beetle spin is, there's 3 components to it. One is the plastic. I've got a little atomic 2.5-inch paddle tail. The second part to this, I've got a 1/6 today on a 1/0 jig head. And the third part is the spinner, the little brass spinner. I like brass personally. It seems to be my favourite colour out of the brass and the silver. Some people call it a pimped up Celta. Others call it a baby spinner bait, but this has just got an X factor, and we're on a roll of heat wave days. I mean, it's pretty hot today. It's been 4 days of 40. Didn't look like I was going to get a bass coming down the shallows. And I got to this hole and I just started working these spinners down like deep. You don't see the fish when they bite. They're that low. And what I got that one on was just a slow roll like this. But what I will do is let it drop and then hump it, like, and let it helicopter down a couple of times. And then back to rolling through. But he just hit it with a passion, so I'm going to move down and try and get another one like that. That was running that drag. I couldn't get the camera on in time. It was such a fight. It was awesome. Alright, it's low barometer, low air pressure, it's hot, steamy, middle of the day. Fish are not feeding, yet these beetle spins pulling out fish like that. I mean, when you get these things right. I've gone a bit heavier today to keep the spinner down. Often I'll just use a 1/8. Oh no! Now that's the only way you can lose your spinner. Come on, flick off. And they're heavies too, see it? Got him. I don't want to lose my spinner today. Probably bent the hook out though. I am using heavy duty one, so I'll see if I can bend it in a bit. Yep, straight, it's bent out, but I'll be right, I'll fix it. I'm probably better off using oh, maybe I won't fix it. Geez, it's tough. I was probably better off using a fine hook. Simply I'll have to go back and get another one. Damn. Okay, I just use these little atomic paddle tails. They've got a little ball head, so I cut them off at the head, flat to suit this. Now, I've been told in the past that a few people comment, I have my tail upright, pointing upward. People say, what do you do that for? You got it the wrong way. But what I feel and it backs up with what I've been watching with some American anglers. When the tail's up, it's covering the hook. When the tail's down, it's dropping. So you'll get more short strikes with the tail down than the tail up, because it comes up and it covers the hook. So when they bite over the top. That's the reason why I have the tail up. When an angler, a tip of mine is if an angler gives you a tip and he doesn't give you a reason for the tip, take it with a grain of salt. But if he gives you a valid reason, listen to it. I got it. Oh, whack! Just missed another one. I guess I'm going to go back down there, but got one right here. There's a classic example of what I was just talking about. Now I missed that fish. See where the tail was pointing? See how it's into the hook? I've only just missed him. Only just. He's hit that and gone like that. Now that is exactly what I was talking about with the tail up. I'm back where I lost me 4 beetle spins. I did catch a cracker on the way down though, so I'm pretty happy with that. Sort of made up for that big one that I lost. Let's see if there's any more on this snag. Oh, a little bass just followed. He swung around it on the rock there. He wasn't real big. Must have drew him off that snag. Okay. It's almost like they're getting a bit towier, because that big one that hit really hit it hard. Like he didn't muck around. We chased it. Probably got the wrong lure on now, but we'll go down a bit further and have a look. I'm sure he was only little. When I see the big ones chase it, that's when I'll change lures. But at the moment, the big ones are slamming it. Found 2 good fish, both I slammed. I lost one because it was my fault. But it was such a slow style of fishing that to show you guys a hook up, I've got to run these camera for a good 10 to 20 casts sometimes to get them in. So just about now is when, oh yeah, got him. I was going to say just about now is when I want to turn them off. He's a good fish, not fighting hard, but no, I'm going to go through there. Get up. Sorry mate, that's a rough entry. There we go. I was going to say I was just about to turn the camera off because of the style it takes to hook these fish up. Sorry about the entry mate, I'm really, that bush there is so thorny that if I got him caught coming around here, I would have been a nightmare. Anyway, there he is, little South Creek, Eastern Creek bass. You can tell by his fin. See you mate. He's had worse than that in his life. Look, there he goes. Yeah, I was just about to turn that camera off because to me, I keep thinking it's boring to you guys to watch. I want to try and get more of an instant hook up, but it's a style of fishing, and if you've never used these little beetle spins, I think it's at number 5 for today. 5, and I've dropped 1 and a couple of bumps, but if you haven't used them, you can see how successful they are. Like, this is a day where I don't think I could catch a fish on surface right now. I know I couldn't. Every single fish I've caught's been 3-4 foot down. So they might activate on divers and things, but it's one of those days where the fishing's pretty tough, and this little lure just makes it easy. Well, it's a fun little session. I'll fish my way out, but I just wanted to come down and show you this mid-water bite, and why the little beetle spins and spinner baits too, I might add, are exceptionally good on this stuff. It's a reaction bite. They're not really hungry, these fish, so it's just a really flashy little bit of gear going past them, and they react to it. Been out now, so I'm going to just poke along and fish spots I know as I go. This weir here, I never get sick of fishing this. Every year I get X amount of beautiful quality bass off it. I'll be on the other side, but I always check this side first. Just in case. If there's any around, they'll be on this side. Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah, yep. Don't. Oh, come on. He's a good fish. Gotta get him out. Oh, he got him out. Yes. That's what I wanted. Awesome. Now he's a real dark fish, that one. That's a permanent resident. Just sitting in that ambush position. You couldn't help yourself, buddy. Now, I don't know how many times a year I do this. Oh, I get them a lot bigger than that up here, but still, have a look at that. Beautiful resident fish. He's black. I mean, that's black. Look at that. Hey? How awesome is that? Little beetle spins just hanging in his mouth. That's a classic example. All I did was just teabag it. Like, you know how you make a cup of tea? Just dip it in, lift it up, dip it in. When it sucked into that current, he was under the rock. And there he is. There's my little beetle spin again. Oh, sorry, mate. And another shock and release by me. Well, hold on a second. It's probably too noisy. Ooh. I walk from here right over to that valley, or that hill, that hump, and then started fishing. So I'm pretty well buggered now, but not only did I get half a dozen beautiful bass, I've got my 10,000 steps plus up for the day. Oh, I just got back to the car and it's hit me. The sweat is all over me. It is so steamy hot out here.